Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review. And this is fantastic. The band is Tempt from New York, the USA, I believe. I should know this because I interviewed them just a couple of months ago. I interviewed Zach, Allen and Harrison Marello on guitar, 50% of the band, in fact. They gave me access to the album to listen to before I interviewed them. I found the whole interview incredibly inspiring. They were great guys. They were a really young band. And as soon as I'd finished the interview, I went to their Bandcamp page and I ordered an autographed copy of their album. Now, the album arrived here in the UK literally over the weekend, and based on, I think, the enthusiasm I had for the interview that I did, quite a few people from the Now Spinning Magazine Facebook group also ordered copies of the album. And everybody, it was commented so far, just absolutely loves it. I have to say, even at this stage, I mean, I think it's one of the best rock albums I've heard for such a long time. I know I'm enthusiastic about a lot of stuff because I only talk about things I really like. But this will feature in my top 10. And what position it will have by the end of the year, I don't know. But it's going to be very, very close to the top. I can be just as jaded as a rock fan as anyone else. My taste in music has expanded into lots of different things. But deep down, into my core, I love rock music. And I can pinpoint where things are from within seconds because I've listened to so much stuff. And so yes, I could hear things in this album that was coming from other places. However, the originality and creativity of this band, this young band, is their own sound. It really, really is. Yes, you could quickly pick up that they love Def Leppard. Just the same way as bands from different generations, like the other bands from before, or whatever. But yes, they do. And there are essences of that in lots of places. But a lot of what they do is from their own upbringing, their own influences as well. So yeah, if you're into the Swedish band Heat or Eclipse or early Bon Jovi, you will find lots to love here. If you're from that an older generation, if you're a new rock fan, just support them. But honestly, this album, it's 40 minutes long-ish. It's joyous, it's positive, it's life-affirming. It'll make you feel great. It'll make you smile. It's just fantastic. It really, really is. Where should we start? Let's start with Welcome Me In, the first track. It starts with great funky bass line, great guitar sound. The production on this album, it's mastered by Ted Jensen. Can I see who produced it? I think it was mixed by Chris Lord, Algie, and they've had all the right breaks in many ways, and so they should. It's dedicated to Malcolm Doane because he sadly passed away. He was a huge fan of this band. The great lyrics, great backing vocals. There's light and shade. The songs will go dip, and up again. The other thing is lyrically. If there's anything about that period of music from the 80s, if we think about the AOR period or hair metal, if there was a negative of that hasn't aged well, it's sometimes the lyrical content of some of the songs from that period, which were very Spinal Tap. This is a young band and there's none of that. These are songs about the human condition. They're full of feeling, they're full of emotion, they're deep felt. Living Dangerously, which features Dorothy in a cameo appearance on vocals. That's one of my favourite songs off this album. It's such a great song. I mean, she fits in really well. In fact, when she comes in on the second verse, you can't tell whether it's Zach or her. So she obviously wanted to fit in really, really well. It's a fantastic song. It's positive. There's a great middle section and the guitar solo from Harrison. It's that right it's that right use of the tremolo arm in those kind of dive bomb effects that just works so well. The solos fit the song. They're fast, they're melodic, they're creative. He's a great player. He plays with a lot of feeling. He really does. Two Ways is kind of a mid-paced song. Great guitar sound again. And the choruses, there are some like what I would class as those kind of gang choruses that Def Leppard used to do. There's a fair bit of that. Burn Me Down was a video and a single. Great chant chorus, as I've just mentioned. Lots of light and shade. Fantastic solos. Hideaway, very upbeat. Very much like something from High and Dry by Def Leppard. That's very close to that one. But it's an uplifting song. It's just, I put here, great AOR song. It's a bit like Aldenova, Icon. Remember those, again, two 80s bands, but that kind of feel. There's a little bit of Rat in there, perhaps. But the vocals here are very, very, very clear. You can hear every word. Camouflage is, again, a bit Def Leppardish, a bit like Animal in some places. But it's another punch the air chorus. Fantastic song, Golden Tongue. Different pace, but great bass riff. Have I mentioned Chris? I need to mention Chris. Who's Chris? Chris is Chris Gooden on bass. He's one of their secret weapons next to Zach and Harrison. The great drummer as well, by the way. But Chris's bass playing on this album, on a lot of rock albums, the bass can be just part of the texture in the mid-range of a rock song. It's there, but you don't necessarily focus in on it. This is one of those albums where you can listen to the guitarist the first time round, the vocalist the next time round, the drums, and the bass player the next time round, because the separation and the sound stage for this album is wide as it is deep. It really, really is absolutely fantastic. Sneaking Around, another great track. And Roses, which is another video and single. Great staccato riffing. Great chorus. And Girl, which again is a fantastic song as well. Really melodic. Great chorus. And then the last one on the album is Addicted to Touch. And this also is fantastic. It's very funky. This is, I can imagine this band. I can imagine this band supporting Taylor Swift, supporting Iron Maiden. They have supported Iron Maiden, by the way. They could support anybody. They could be playing Glastonbury and people in the audience would be waving those flags. They can cross over. This is great. This is new rock music by a new young band that's really, really exciting. And I'm saying this as an older music reviewer, that I see this all the time, that, you know, some people say, I just like to listen to older bands doing new stuff or whatever, or they, you know, thinking they find it strange watching a band that could be their grandkids playing good rock and roll music or whatever. I don't think Tempt could actually be my grandkids. However, I don't see that at all. I respect them as musicians. I respect this album, and I've been playing it literally non-stop. I've been waiting for it to arrive. It arrived on Friday, and it just went onto the CD player. I don't think there's not a vinyl version yet, but if they can get the traction, and if they can get the breaks, there will be. They look contemporary. They're not looking like a band from the past. They're not trying to be anybody else but themselves. But literally 11 tracks, 42 minutes of the greatest uplifting, catchy rock songs, brilliant guitaring, guitar solos, great vocals, great creativity and arrangements of the songs. There's so much going on. See, my wife said, these songs have got so many earworms. Not just earworms in the choruses, but earworms in the musical motifs and the riffs. These will just burrow their way into your head, and wherever you go, you'll be hearing them. It's that good. It really, really is. Tempt. Go to Bandcamp, buy a copy, support the band, and look out for them when they're going to play live. I'm sure I'm going to talk to them again in the future. I hope so, once they've toured this a little bit under their belts. But it's well worth a listen. One of the most exciting new bands that I've heard for a long time. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting me. Please become a patron or YouTube member, or you can give a donation via Ko-fi. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Stay safe, everybody. Keep spinning those discs, and I shall see you very, very soon.